Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about something that can totally change the way you approach your finances. The 7 habits that are keeping you poor. Yep, you heard that right. A lot of us don't even realize it, but sometimes our daily habits are the biggest roadblocks to financial success. Whether it's the way we manage money, the choices we make without thinking, or simply not having the right mindset, these habits can keep us stuck in the cycle of struggle. But here's the good news. Recognizing these habits is the first step to breaking free. In this video, we'll go through 7 of the most common financial habits that are holding people back. And more importantly, I'll share some tips on how to turn them around. So if you're ready to make some real changes and start building a better financial future, stick around, grab a notebook, get comfy, and let's break down these habits so you can finally take control of your money. Let's dive in. Habit number 1, lacking financial education and not doing anything about it. If you've ever found yourself struggling with money, living paycheck to paycheck, or wondering why it's so hard to break free from financial hardship, you're not alone. A major reason many people stay in poverty is a lack of financial education. The good news is that financial literacy is something that can be learned, and by doing so, you can significantly improve your financial situation. If you're feeling stuck, it's crucial to understand how financial education can empower you to make better choices and get out of this cycle. The key is to act on the information, and there are many resources available to help you start. One of the biggest obstacles you might face is simply not knowing where to begin. It's easy to fall into bad habits when you don't understand how to manage your money properly. Without knowledge of basic concepts like budgeting, saving, and investing, it's challenging to escape the cycle of debt and poverty. But the first step to breaking free is learning how to budget effectively. There are plenty of free tools and resources available to help you with this. These tools help you see exactly where your money is going, so you can make adjustments and start saving. Another key aspect of financial literacy is understanding how debt works and how to manage it. If you find yourself drowning in credit card debt, payday loans, or other high-interest debt, you're not alone. Many people get trapped in this situation, often because they don't fully understand how interest works or how to prioritize paying off debt. The National Foundation for Credit Counseling is a nonprofit organization that provides free or low-cost credit counseling services. They can help you understand your options, create a debt repayment plan, and explore strategies like debt consolidation or refinancing to lower your interest rates. It's also important to know that debt isn't the only financial hurdle. Saving for emergencies, retirement, or long-term goals is something many people struggle with. But even if you feel like you don't have enough money to save, starting small is still progress. Websites like Acorns and Digit round up your purchases and automatically save small amounts of money for you, which over time can add up. If you're looking to build your savings, the earlier you start, the more you'll benefit from compound interest. Another powerful way to break free from financial struggle is to learn how to invest. Many people avoid investing out of fear or lack of knowledge, but the truth is that investing can be one of the best ways to grow wealth over time. There are a number of beginner-friendly resources available for you to learn the basics. Investopedia is an excellent website that breaks down complex financial terms into easy-to-understand explanations. The Motley Fool and Bigger Pockets are great for learning about stock investing and real estate, respectively. You don't need a lot of money to start. Many platforms like Robinhood or Vanguard allow you to begin investing with a small amount. It's also worth mentioning that there are educational programs designed specifically to help you build financial literacy. Financial education doesn't require expensive courses or private tutors. Many organizations and online platforms provide free resources that can help you learn about money management, and sometimes even offer tools to help them access scholarships, financial aid, or free services. Khan Academy offers free online courses on personal finance, from budgeting basics to investing. Websites like Practical Money Skills, Jumpstart, or My Money offer free financial education resources and materials. You can also find free educational videos on YouTube to learn about budgeting, saving, and investing. Additionally, many community organizations and local libraries offer workshops on managing money. often in partnership with financial experts who can give you personalized advice. It is also important to get your children involved early in financial education. Getting your children the financial resources they need when you're facing financial challenges or lack financial education can be incredibly tough, but it's not impossible. While you may not have a lot of extra money to invest in their future right now, as you start your financial education journey, get them involved so they will learn the various strategies to pursue to help them access the resources they need. One of the most powerful steps you can take is to change your mindset. Don't let the lack of financial knowledge be the reason you remain stuck in a cycle of poverty. With the right tools and resources, you can start making smarter decisions, today paving the way for a more secure and prosperous future. Habit number 2 is your scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset is the belief that there is never enough, whether it's money, time, or resources. This mindset can be particularly damaging in low-income situations, as it often leads to fear-driven financial decisions, impulsive spending, and missed opportunities. By shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, where one believes that opportunities and solutions are plentiful, it becomes easier to find creative ways to overcome financial challenges and focus on long-term goals. Families with a scarcity mindset will often feel overwhelmed by debt or financial struggles, leading to making short-term decisions that worsen the situation, like taking on more high-interest debt or making emotional purchases. A family with an abundance mindset, however, will focus on strategies to increase income, reduce expenses, or invest in opportunities that will lead to growth. Once you have started educating yourself and your family, your mindset will start changing from one of scarcity to one of abundance, where you will see that there are a lot of resources all around. Someone once said our issue is not a lack of resources but a lack of resourcefulness. When you change your mindset, you will start seeking opportunities and making decisions that impact your financial well-being. Cultivating a positive, growth-oriented mindset is one of the most powerful tools in breaking the cycle of poverty and building long-term financial security. Here's why mindset is so important when it comes to financial education and achieving financial resources. The way you think about money and your financial situation often determines how you handle it. The writer of Proverbs tells us, "As a man thinketh, so is he." A fixed mindset, where you believe your financial circumstances are unchangeable, can lead to feelings of helplessness, a lack of ambition, and poor financial decisions. On the other hand, a growth mindset, a belief that one's abilities and situation can improve with effort and learning, encourages everyone to take proactive steps toward managing money better, seeking opportunities, and improving their financial literacy. In low-income situations, being resourceful and resilient is key to overcoming financial obstacles. A mindset that embraces resourcefulness will help you find creative solutions, even when there are limited resources available. Rather than feeling defeated, you are more likely to seek alternative ways to achieve your goals. Attending local workshops, whether it's through finding free resources, learning new skills, or accessing community support. Start believing in yourself. No one else might believe in you, but you can back yourself. Your belief, along with determination, will ensure that you keep working toward your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may get. Habit number 3. Your expensive spending. Expensive habits may seem like minor indulgences or lifestyle choices at first, but over time, they can add up and become major financial drains. The issue with expensive spending is that they can create a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, leaving little room for financial growth or long-term security. One of the most common expensive habits is living beyond your means. Spending more money than you earn. If you are always wearing the latest style, getting your hair done every other day, purchasing luxury watches, upgrading to the latest technology, dining out at expensive restaurants, or renting an apartment or house that exceeds your budget but you are only paying $50 per month on your $300 electric bill, you are living above your means. While treating yourself occasionally is important, consistently overspending creates an unsustainable financial lifestyle. If you earn $50,000 annually, but live in an apartment that costs $2,500 per month, that's 60% of your income going just to housing. Add other luxuries or non-essential spending, and you may find yourself dipping into credit cards or taking out loans to make ends meet. Living beyond your means increases your debt and financial stress, leaving little room to save. For emergencies, retirement, or important life goals, the longer this habit continues, the more difficult it becomes to escape the cycle of overspending. One of the other tendency with expensive spending is impulsive buying, making unplanned purchases based on emotion, desire, or external pressure, rather than necessity. Retail therapy, sales, and flashy advertisements can trigger impulse purchases, often leading to buyer's remorse and financial strain. This habit can be especially damaging when combined with credit card debt, where the interest on those impulse buys continues to add up. You see a flash sale online for an item you don't really need, but the discount makes it feel like a great deal. You end up spending $100 on something that ends up gathering dust in your closet, rather than putting that money into savings or paying off debt. Regularly buying items you don't need or can't afford leads to unnecessary expenses, less money saved, and a tendency to use credit rather than build cash reserves. Over time, these purchases can erode your financial resources and prevent you from reaching long-term financial goals. Purchasing brand name or designer products, especially when they aren't necessary, is another expensive habit that can keep you poor. While there's nothing wrong with splurging on occasion, constantly choosing premium products over more affordable alternatives is a habit that can drain your bank account. You buy the latest smartphone model every year, despite your current phone still functioning well and barely paying the phone bill, or you buy luxury clothing or accessories because of the status they provide. Continuously spending on brand name or high-end items can lead to an inflated cost of living. Over time, the money spent on these non-essential products could have been used for investing, building savings, or paying off debt. Subscription is another overspending habit. This can become an easy way to spend money on things you may not even use regularly. Streaming services, fitness apps, monthly deliveries, or even subscription boxes for everything from snacks to beauty products can add up quickly without providing real value. It's easy to forget about them until the recurring charges hit your bank account every month. You have multiple streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime, yet you mostly watch the same few shows on one service. Or you pay for a gym membership but only go once a month, or you have monthly beauty product subscriptions but never use the items you receive. Without evaluating whether you actually use and enjoy these services, you're throwing away money each month. Over time, these subscriptions add up, reducing the amount of disposable income you have for more important financial goals. Here is the final one in this category: excessive drinking or smoking. Habits like drinking alcohol or smoking can drain your finances. Whether it's daily cocktails at a bar or smoking a pack of cigarettes every day, these habits can create a significant financial drain over time. If you spend $10 per day on alcohol or cigarettes, that's $300 per month, or $3,600 annually. Over the course of a decade, this could add up to tens of thousands of dollars spent on unhealthy habits. The money spent on drinking, smoking, or other similar habits could be better used to build savings, invest in your future, or reduce existing debt. Additionally, these habits may contribute to higher healthcare costs in the long run. Habit number 4, paying your bills late every month. Paying your bills late is a habit that can seriously affect your financial health and keep you stuck in a cycle of debt and financial stress. While it may seem like a minor issue, consistently paying bills late can have significant consequences, including damage to your credit score, added fees, and a greater sense of financial insecurity. Over time, late payments can erode your ability to save and invest, hindering your ability to build wealth and achieve long-term financial goals. Let's take a closer look at how paying bills late can keep you poor and what you can do to avoid this habit. Damage to your credit score. One of the most immediate and significant consequences of paying bills late is the negative impact it can have on your credit score. Payment history is one of the most important factors that determine your credit score, accounting for about 35% of your score. Even a single late payment can lower your score, and multiple late payments can cause your score to plummet. If you miss a payment on your credit card or loan, it will be reported to the credit bureaus once it's 30 days past due. This can drop your credit score by 50 points or more depending on your current score. A lower credit score means that you'll be offered higher interest rates on loans, credit cards, and mortgages. Over time, this can make it more expensive to borrow money and can limit your ability to secure favorable financing options, keeping you financially behind. In addition, when you pay bills late, you're often hit with late fees and penalty charges. These fees can quickly add up and make an already tight budget even tighter. Whether it's a credit card payment, utility bill, mortgage, or loan, most companies will charge you extra for missing the payment deadline. A late fee for a credit card payment could range from $25 to $40, and some utilities charge anywhere from $10 to $50 for late payments. For a mortgage, the fee can be even higher. These fees are essentially wasted money. Instead of using your funds for something productive, like saving or investing, you're paying penalties for not staying on top of your finances. Over time, these fees can add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars annually, putting a further strain on your budget and preventing you from building wealth. If you consistently pay your bills late, creditors and lenders may raise your interest rates. Many credit card companies, for example, have a penalty, which is a higher interest rate that kicks in if you miss a payment. This can make carrying a balance on your credit card even more expensive, as interest will be charged at a much higher rate. If you miss a payment on a credit card, your interest rate could increase from 15% to 29.99% or more, depending on your credit card issuer's policy. With higher interest rates, your monthly payments will go toward paying off interest rather than reducing your principal balance. This can significantly lengthen the time it takes to pay off your debt and increase the total amount you owe. If you miss payments on credit cards, loans, or other types of debt, the balance on those debts can start to compound. This means that the interest and late fees that accrue from missed payments will add to your debt, which in turn can increase the amount you owe. The longer you allow these missed payments to accumulate, the harder it becomes to catch up. Let's say you miss one payment on a credit card balance of $1,000. Not only will you incur a late fee, but your interest rate may increase, and the amount you owe will grow each month due to compounded interest. If this continues for several months, your original balance of $1,000 could quickly balloon into something much larger. As your debt grows due to late fees, interest, and penalties, it can feel impossible to dig yourself out. The snowball effect of compounding debt can trap you in a cycle of borrowing and late payments, making it more difficult to save, invest, or achieve financial stability. Constantly paying bills late can create a sense of financial anxiety and stress. You might find yourself constantly worrying about missing payments, scrambling to find the funds to catch up, or dealing with the consequences of late fees and higher interest rates. This stress can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being, and it can make it even harder to focus on managing your finances effectively. One of the easiest ways to avoid paying bills late is to set up automatic payments for your recurring bills such as utilities, mortgage, or credit card payments. By automating these payments, you ensure that your bills are paid on time, even if you forget or don't have the time to manually pay them. You can set up automatic payments through your bank or directly with the service providers. Be sure to monitor your bank account to ensure that there are enough funds to cover the payments and avoid overdraft fees. Create a bill payment calendar. Keeping track of due dates is essential to avoiding late payments. Use a calendar or reminder app to mark the due dates for each bill, and make sure to pay them a few days in advance to avoid missing the deadline. Setting up alerts or reminders a few days before each bill is due can help you stay on top of your payments. This gives you time to review your finances and ensure you have enough money in your account to cover the bill. One of the main reasons people pay bills late is that they don't have enough money in their accounts when the payment is due. By creating a budget and accounting for all your expenses, including bills, you can make sure you always have enough money set aside to pay them on time. Prioritize your essential bills, like rent, utilities, and loans, and ensure that they are accounted for in your budget. By planning ahead, you can avoid financial surprises and ensure that your bills are paid on time. If you find that your due dates are too close together or you're struggling to pay bills on time, consider calling your service providers to ask if they can adjust your due dates. Some companies may be willing to move your payment due dates to better align with your cash flow. While this option may not be available with all companies, it's worth asking. Adjusting due dates to space out your payments can give you more time to manage your finances. If you're consistently behind on payments, consider setting up a debt repayment plan to pay off high-interest debt more quickly. The faster you pay off debt, the fewer late fees and penalties you'll have to deal with. Consider using the debt snowball or debt avalanche method to pay off smaller debts first, snowball, or focus on high-interest debts, avalanche. Reducing your debt load can help reduce financial stress and make it easier to pay bills on time. If you're struggling to pay bills on time due to a lack of income or an emergency situation, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Some utility. Companies, credit card issuers, and lenders may offer temporary hardship programs that can lower your payments or delay due dates. Habit number 5. Leveraging debt. For the wrong reasons. Leveraging debt for the wrong reasons is a dangerous financial strategy that can keep you poor and potentially lead to financial disaster. Debt, when used properly, can be a powerful tool to help build wealth, whether it's for investing in real estate, education, or business ventures. However, when leveraged for the wrong reasons, such as for non-essential items, lifestyle inflation, or reckless speculation, it can quickly spiral out of control and create significant financial strain. One of the most common ways people misuse debt is by borrowing money for consumer purchases, things like luxury items, expensive vacations, or other non-essential goods. This is often done through credit cards or personal loans, and it can quickly snowball into a financial problem. Using credit cards to finance a lavish vacation or purchasing a high-end car that you can't afford is an example of leveraging debt for enjoyment rather than investing in something that will appreciate in value. These types of purchases often lead to high-interest debt that doesn't add any long-term value to your finances. Consumer debt doesn't build wealth. It just creates financial obligations that need to be repaid, often with interest. By borrowing for non-essential items, you're eroding your financial future and limiting your ability to save or invest for long-term goals. As people's incomes rise, there's often a temptation to keep up with the Joneses and spend more on an upgraded lifestyle. This is known as lifestyle inflation. When individuals borrow money to finance a higher standard of living, such as upgrading to a bigger home or a more expensive car, they are essentially leveraging debt to support a lifestyle that isn't necessarily sustainable or productive. Taking out a large mortgage to buy a bigger house with more rooms or borrowing money for an expensive luxury vehicle, despite the fact that these purchases aren't essential, is leveraging debt in an unproductive way. While these items may bring temporary satisfaction, they can lead to financial strain in the long run. Monthly payments for a large mortgage or car loan can eat up a significant portion of your income, leaving little room for savings or investment. As a result, you end up in debt without any meaningful assets that will generate long-term returns. Some people leverage debt in highly speculative investments, such as trying to flip properties, invest in volatile stocks, options trading, or engage in cryptocurrency speculation, without a clear understanding of the risks involved. While it's possible to make money through high-risk investments, it's equally possible to lose everything, especially when debt is used to fund the speculation. Borrowing money to invest in a highly speculative venture, such as cryptocurrency or a hot stock tip, without fully understanding the risks or having a solid financial safety net, is a dangerous form of leveraging debt. If the investment doesn't pay off, you still owe the borrowed money plus interest without having gained anything in return. This can lead to significant financial distress and potentially ruin your credit, making it even harder to secure favorable loans or investments in the future. One of the biggest mistakes people make when leveraging debt is not having a sufficient emergency fund in place. If you borrow money to finance a lifestyle or investment without having an emergency fund, you are putting yourself at serious risk if an unexpected financial emergency arises. Taking out a personal loan or using credit cards to finance a business or lifestyle purchase without any buffer in place for emergencies like job loss, medical expenses, or car repairs. Without an emergency fund, you may be forced to rely on more credit or loans if an emergency occurs, making your financial situation worse. This can create a cycle of borrowing that's difficult to break, ultimately keeping you poor. Some people borrow money to finance a business. While borrowing to finance a business can be a good strategy in some cases, doing so without a clear, solid plan for growth can lead to disaster. Many entrepreneurs take on debt to launch or expand their businesses, but without the right preparation and understanding of the risks involved, this can lead to massive debt with little or no returns. Borrowing a large sum of money to open a restaurant or retail store without having a well-thought-out business plan, proper market research, or sufficient capital reserves can lead to failure. If the business doesn't succeed, you're left with debt that still needs to be paid off, regardless of whether the business generates income. This type of leveraging debt can lead to severe financial consequences, including personal bankruptcy in extreme cases. Another form of leveraging debt in the wrong way is using one form of debt to pay off another. This is known as debt stacking or debt cycling, and usually occurs when people use credit cards or personal loans to pay off existing debt. While this can work in some situations where a lower interest loan is used to pay off higher interest debt, this cycle of debt can keep you in a perpetual state of owing money, which makes it harder to build savings or invest. Eventually, the total amount of debt can balloon, leaving you trapped with high interest obligations that feel. Before leveraging debt for any purpose, ensure you have a fully funded emergency fund. A financial cushion of 3 to 6 months of living expenses can help you avoid falling into more debt if unexpected expenses arise. When you borrow money, make sure it's for something that can provide a return, either through appreciation, like real estate, or income generation, like a business investment. Avoid borrowing for non-essential items like luxury purchases, and instead focus on improving your financial position for the long term. While it can be tempting to use borrowed money to invest in high-risk assets, doing so without a clear understanding of the risks involved can be disastrous. Only invest in what you can afford to lose, and avoid using debt for investments in volatile markets like stocks, cryptocurrency, or speculative ventures. If you're borrowing money to start or grow a business, make sure you have a solid business plan in place that includes market research, a budget, a strategy for profitability, and a clear repayment plan for the debt. Avoid taking on more debt if you already have high-interest debt or significant outstanding balances. Pay off your existing debt before considering leveraging any new debt, and focus on building up savings rather than accumulating new liabilities. Borrowing money should be done with clear, intentional goals and financial discipline. Only borrow when it makes sense for your financial future, and ensure you have the means to repay the debt without derailing your financial health. Habit number 6. Not taking advantage of available tax breaks. Reducing your tax liability is an important part of building and maintaining wealth, and there are several strategies you can use to minimize the amount of taxes you pay. By planning ahead and using tax-saving strategies, you can keep more of your hard-earned money, which can then be saved or reinvested to grow your wealth. Here are some key pieces of tax advice to help reduce your tax burden. One of the most effective ways to reduce your taxable income is by contributing to tax-advantaged retirement accounts. These accounts not only help you save for the future, but also lower your tax bill in the present. If you do not take advantage of these investment opportunities, it goes back into taxes you are paying to the government. Contributions to a traditional 401k or IRA are tax-deferred, meaning they reduce your taxable income for the year in which they are made. This can significantly lower your tax bill in the short term. If your employer offers a matching contribution to your 401k, make sure you take full advantage of it. This is essentially free money for your retirement. You should be putting in as much as the minimum required to get the full match from your employer. Ask your human resource director about this. If you're self-employed, you may be eligible for a SEP IRA or a solo 401k, which allow for higher contribution limits than traditional IRAs or 401ks. If your small business files as an S corporation and has a solo 401k, you can save a lot on taxes if you have a high deductible health plan. Consider contributing to an HSA. Contributions to an HSA are tax deductible, reducing your taxable income for the year. Additionally, the money grows tax-free and can be withdrawn tax-free for qualified medical expenses. The best part is that HSA funds can be carried over year to year, unlike flexible spending accounts (FSAs), and once you reach 65, You can withdraw funds for non-medical expenses without penalty, though you'll pay income tax on those withdrawals. It's an excellent way to save on taxes both now and in the future. In my opinion, this is one of the best tax-saving plan offered by the government. Take advantage of tax credits. Tax credits directly reduce the amount of taxes you owe, and some credits can be quite substantial. Unlike tax deductions which lower your taxable income, tax credits directly reduce the tax you owe dollar for dollar. Child tax credit. If you have children under the age of 17, you may be eligible for a tax credit per child. Earned income tax credit. If you're a lower income taxpayer, you may qualify for this, which can be worth several $1,000s depending on your income and family situation. Education credits. The American Opportunity Tax Credit and Lifetime Learning Credit are available to help offset the cost of tuition and qualified education expenses. This allows a credit per student. Be sure to research available credits or consult a tax professional to ensure you're taking full advantage of these opportunities. Tax laws are complex and every individual's financial situation is different. I encourage you to try to find a good tax professional. A tax professional can help you develop personalized strategies that will optimize your tax situation. They can help identify deductions and credits you might have missed, advise you on tax-efficient investments, and provide guidance on retirement planning and estate planning to reduce your taxes in the long run. Habit number 7. Not thinking generationally. Not thinking generationally is another financial habit that can keep individuals stuck in a cycle of limited wealth building and short-term thinking. A generational mindset involves making financial decisions that not only benefit yourself in the present, but also lay the groundwork for future generations. This kind of thinking can help ensure that wealth, assets, and financial knowledge are passed down to children, grandchildren, or even future generations. When people fail to think generationally, they may miss opportunities to build lasting wealth, secure financial independence, and provide a legacy for their families. Bottom line is, this is not just about you. Let's break down how not thinking generationally can keep you poor, and how adopting a generational perspective can change your financial outlook. Many people live in a constant state of reacting to their immediate financial needs without considering how their decisions will affect their financial future or the future of their children or family members. This short-term mindset often leads to prioritizing consumption over investment, which can prevent wealth accumulation. A person might choose to spend their bonus or tax refund on a vacation or new gadgets, rather than using it to pay down debt, or invest in assets like real estate or stocks that could build wealth over time. The failure to invest in long-term assets means that you are missing out on the opportunity to grow your wealth over time. This can lead to being caught in a cycle of earning and spending without ever reaching a point of financial security or building wealth that can be passed on. Building intergenerational wealth involves creating assets, businesses, or investments that can be passed down from one generation to the next. Many people focus on spending and enjoying the present without considering how they can create wealth that benefits future generations. This failure to think generationally means missing out on creating lasting legacies of wealth and opportunities for your children and grandchildren. Someone may save a modest amount throughout their life, but they may not take the steps necessary to create wealth that will carry on to future generations, like investing in real estate stocks or starting a family-owned business. Without generational wealth-building strategies, future generations are left starting from scratch rather than benefiting from the foundation you could have laid. This perpetuates a cycle of financial struggle rather than financial growth. Not thinking generationally also means not passing on the financial knowledge and wisdom that you've gained over your lifetime. Financial education is one of the most powerful tools you can give to your children or family members. Without teaching the younger generation about budgeting, investing, saving, and managing money, they may fall into the same traps you did and struggle financially. A parent who accumulates wealth but never teaches their children about how to manage money, invest, or plan for the future risks their children squandering the wealth when they inherit it. Without financial literacy, the next generation may mismanage the inherited wealth or fail to continue building it, leading to a loss of the financial security you worked hard to establish. To build generational wealth, focus on assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or owning a business. These assets can provide a steady stream of income for future generations, reducing the need to work for every dollar and giving them more financial freedom. Not thinking generationally is a major financial oversight that can prevent you from building lasting wealth and passing it on to future generations. Adopting a generational mindset gives you the power to create a lasting legacy, ensuring that future generations have the financial resources and knowledge to thrive. Thank you so much for joining us today. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch and engage with the video. I hope these insights about the 7 habits keeping you poor help you recognize areas where you can improve and start making those positive changes in your financial journey. Remember, the power to take control of your finances is in your hands. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these habits resonated with you the most, or if there are any other habits you've been working to change. Also, share this video with a friend or family member who might benefit from these tips. It's never too early to start improving your financial future together. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Let's keep pushing forward.